building on that, Ian, oftentimes when people think about starting a business, they look at a market and they look at not only, kind of product gaps, which you found because what you were looking for didn't exist, but they think in terms of who would the consumer be that would buy this stuff. And, but many entrepreneurs will solve a problem that they alone have and then believe that because they have this problem and they've come up with a solution that's acceptable to them, that other people will have the same problem and be willing to pay for it. And that's sort of called market validation in the parlance, if you will. So in your case, you were solving a specific problem that you have. At what point did you sort of suss out whether or not others shared that concern, and then how did you validate that?
That's a very, very good point. I was surprised. I mean, I was at the very beginning, Mike, I was just tinkering in my home kitchen on Friday afternoons once a month. And again, I had no interest in bringing this to market. But what I would do, like once they got to be sufficiently palatable, I would bring these tiny little Ziploc containers to the pool, because I was a master's swimmer, and I would just try it right before a master's workout, like, okay, does this work? And then I would go for a run. But it was more almost like the public displays when I was putting it out there, and it wasn't like I was trying to draw attention to myself, but I just wanted to see if it worked. And then fellow swimmers like, what are you doing? Like, what are you putting in your mouth? And can I try it? And so it started like that, really, where fellow athletes of mine who were swimmers, triathletes, rock climbers, were asking if they could try it, in Joshua Tree, going for ocean swim and things like that. So it really started me kind of offering it to my friends, but not even like overtly advertising, like, hey, are you guys interested in this? It was kind of the obverse. They were approaching me, asking if they could try this thing. And I honestly found it really inconvenient because I didn't know what I was doing, right? And there was a sense of like, my gosh, now there has to be some accountability to what I was doing. And I honestly did not know or have a lot of confidence that this would work for somebody else. And then, of course, I had to I was going to the market and buying retail jars of like almond butter at $22 a pound. And, you use high quality ingredients, you get what you pay for. And so this was long before I was able to figure out like, oh, well, maybe I've got to figure out how to buy these things at wholesale. And again, my background, gentlemen, like how it started. I knew nothing about any of this. And so it was just this systematic process of just learning and learning and learning and talking with people like you, Mike, and talking with Sean Parr and just like, hey, how do you do this? How do you do this? But that's the market validation. It started like that, friends asking for this stuff. And then once I figured out how to package it, Mike, I did start going a little bit on the offense, and I would give it to my piano students, and I would give it to the mothers of my piano students, say, hey, would this be a suitable snack for your kids after school? And the kids absolutely loved it. The parents loved the ingredients and said, this is going to be a home run product. When you start targeting kids, let us know. And then like yoga moms, they liked it. I sent Muir Energy to colorectal surgeons of mine, hospitals, and saying, would this be a suitable product for chemo patients? And that way we're going up against Ensure. So like that way, it's like we're not even competing with Goo or Honey Stinger. It's like a completely different market. And there was a resounding yes there. And so it was just more, early on was like, okay, who are my customers? And I honestly, this is again, once I started to go to market, like who are the people that would want to buy this? And I can honestly say without conceit, everybody wanted it. There was no resounding no.